right, so welcome back for another deep dive. Today we're going to get into something that I think a lot of people are maybe a little bit afraid of.
Okay.
Public speaking.
Yeah.
And we got a video sent in about this, and it's got me thinking about this whole thing in kind of a new way.
Interesting.
So the video is all about why you should get out there and speak, on a stage to an audience.
Right.
And it gives 7 really compelling reasons, and some of them are things that you kind of know already, but it really brings them home.
I'm intrigued. Let's hear it.
So the first one is visibility.
Okay.
Visibility creates opportunity.
Right.
And this is kind of obvious, right? Like the more people that see you and know what you're about, the more opportunities are going to come your way.
Makes sense to me.
But I think people really underestimate this.
I think so too. It's easy to kind of stay in your own little bubble and think, oh, I'm doing great work, people will find me. But you've got to be proactive. You got to put yourself out there.
Yeah, and it's not just about any visibility, it's about the right visibility.
Right.
Right. It's about being seen by people who are actually going to be interested in what you have to say.
Exactly. It's about targeting your audience, finding those people who resonate with your message.
Okay, so then the next one is about leading by example or inspiring others.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever had the experience of listening to someone speak?
Yeah.
And just feeling so fired up and inspired by what they have to say?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, there's something so powerful about seeing someone speak with conviction and passion, sharing their story. It can be truly transformative.
And it makes you think like, wow, I want to go and do that too.
Exactly. And that's the beauty of it, right? It's contagious. That inspiration spreads.
And then that leads into the third point, which is about amplifying your impact.
Okay.
So it's not just about inspiring one person. It's about inspiring like a whole bunch of people.
Yeah, so you're reaching a wider audience, your message is getting out there, you're having a bigger impact.
Exactly.
And you know what I think is really cool about this idea of amplifying your impact is that it connects back to something the video mentioned earlier.
What's that?
That whole your mess could be someone else's miracle concept.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. What do you think they meant by that?
Well, I think it's about embracing vulnerability, being willing to share your struggles, your challenges, the things that haven't gone perfectly.
Right.
Because often those are the things that other people can relate to the most,
Right.
What you see as a mess might be exactly the insight someone else needs to hear to have their own breakthrough, their own miracle.
It's like by being open about our imperfections, we actually make a bigger impact.
I think so, for sure.
Okay, so number 4 is position yourself as an expert.
Okay.
So you think about thought leaders and experts in their fields.
Yeah.
What comes to mind for you?
Well, for me, a thought leader is someone who's not afraid to challenge the status quo, to think outside the box. They're constantly learning, evolving, and sharing those insights with the world.
Yeah, I like that. And public speaking is a really good way to do that.
Absolutely.
Right, to show people that you are an expert in your field.
Yeah, it gives you a platform to share your knowledge, your perspective, your unique insights.
Okay, so number 5, this one is a really interesting one.
Okay.
It's create your own table.
Ooh, I like that one.
Yeah. Instead of waiting for someone to invite you to the table, you build your own.
Right.
And I think this is so important, especially today when, there are so many different platforms and ways to get your message out there.
It's true. You don't have to wait for permission anymore. You can create your own blog, your own podcast, your own YouTube channel. Whatever it is that you're passionate about, you can build a community around it.
And that kind of ties into number 6, which is build deep and authentic connections.
Right.
And we've already talked a little bit about vulnerability being important for this.
It is so key.
But what else do you think goes into building those really genuine connections with an audience?
Well, I think it's about being yourself, first and foremost. People can spot a phony a mile away.
Yeah.
So you got to be genuine. You got to be authentic. You got to be willing to let people see the real you.
And I think it's also about listening.
Oh, absolutely.
Right, like really paying attention to your audience and what they're responding to.
Yeah, engaging with them, asking questions, making it a dialogue rather than just a one-way lecture.
Okay, and finally we come to number 7, which is overcome limiting beliefs.
Okay.
I think we all have those voices in our heads.
Yeah.
Telling us we're not good enough or we're not ready or whatever.
Oh yeah, the inner critic is a powerful force.
Right, but public speaking can actually help us overcome those beliefs.
Absolutely. Because it forces you to step outside of your comfort zone to confront those fears head on.
And when you do that and you succeed,
yeah,
it can be incredibly empowering.
It can really boost your confidence and help you realize that you are capable of so much more than you thought possible.
So I think that's a really good point to end on. The video gives us 7 really compelling reasons to get out there and speak.
Yeah,
And I think the big takeaway is that it can be transformative,
absolutely.
both personally and professionally.
So, listener, what's holding you back? What's that one thing that you could share on a stage that would be valuable to others
And what's one small step that you could take today
right now?
to start moving towards that goal?
Yeah, maybe it's brainstorming some ideas, jotting down some notes, or even just telling a friend about your dream.
Whatever it is, take that first step.
Don't let those limiting beliefs hold you back.
The world needs to hear what you have to say.